Hey there, fitness enthusiasts, and welcome back to Pod Laughs and Muscle Curls. Get ready to laugh, lift, and unleash your inner strength with our fun and informative content. Whether you're a seasoned gym goer or just starting your fitness journey, you've come to the right place for laughter, motivation, and muscle building tips. So grab your weights, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into today's episode. Although my bench press standards are high, achieving 2 plates is more than enough to develop big pecs, but not for a 1 rep max. Don't think I'd let you off that easy, but rather reps, at least in the 5 to 10 zone across multiple sets. This equates to a max between 2 and 1/2 to 3 plates. So technically, you still have and or will be strong, whether you're focusing on strength or pure hypertrophy. For most lifters, repping 225 is not only realistic but indeed impressive, because the next level up from here, like 250 to 275, involves significant increases in weight. Each 25 pounds jump with the same reps means your peak bench would be between 350 and 405. Yet, the muscular outcomes between this advanced and lead strength are surprisingly not that different. It might account for that last 10 to 15%. In other words, benching 2 plates using basic bodybuilding sets and reps already builds most of your potential chest mass. For more gains, you do not require specialization or complex periodization unless being the strongest bencher imaginable is your goal, because know that repping 3 plates is a long, brutal journey that will likely demand serious bulking, mental toughness, and near-perfect programming. Yet this process won't necessarily make you all that bigger than progressing with lighter loads from moderate to higher reps, which for this video is only 225, a goal that many of you have hit or will soon. So I want you to improve upon your existing rep PRs, because for naturals, training with this weight is always workable. Let me explain why. With the hypertrophy rep range being 5 to 30 or more broadly 4 to 35, although I do believe it's higher if you train to failure, which is more important with higher reps, you just need to have the necessary pain tolerance and work capacity to push through. Since cardio plus pain is a potential limiter, doesn't this confirm my initial point for 225? How many of you will ever surpass that upper zone, let alone 15 to 20 reps? Just to share my absolute best PR, which was a week after benching 405, was only 28 reps, and that's touch and go with a brief pause. It might have been between 20 and 25, and that's just for 1 set, meaning for the next 2 sets, it shouldn't be higher than that, not to mention fatigue creeping up. So an elite bencher with short arms who spent years perfecting it, if I'm being fair, was at a minimum 10 reps shy of the peak hypertrophy rep range. And with a close grip, I've never done more than sets of 20. Therefore, if you're a new intermediate, realize that you are years away from ever needing, and I use that word literally, more weight. Focus on improving your plus ones, and know that every plus 5 reps puts you in a different bracket of strength. So if you're hitting 5 reps, your first goal is to get 10 reps, aka double your strength, and then double it again, trying to hit 20. For the long term, you will see that it scales differently on an absolute level, as the plus 5s are only 50% of what they used to be. That's why most benching plateaus appear in this 10 to 15-ish zone. It's not easy going past that, and again, you don't have to. Plus, this assumes your strongest and or best position. What about the closer bench press, the pause bench press, slowing down your tempo, no leg drive, Larson style, the guillotine style with flared elbows, using a buffalo bar for 2 more? And what about a super low incline? Heck, what about all of the above? Your reps can legitimately decrease by 15 to 60% with the same bench, lifting the same 2 plates. I know it's a broad range and sounds insane, but I'm not exaggerating in the slightest. Therefore, my message is not necessarily to exclusively do higher reps, because with some technique adjustments, even if you're normally capable of doing so, you can be in a low to moderate zone. On a side note, looks like 225 for max sets will always be one of the best, time-proven chest workouts. And funny enough, many testers don't block out, so they're doing lengthened partials, which are even more chest biased. What was once thought of as a bro NFL meme attributed to good chest genetics or constant tension was, in reality, a connection to stretch-mediated hypertrophy. Interesting how exercise science is clarifying the details of what we thought we knew. Just a little something to point out. Anyway, you'd be surprised how much 225 can humble you, and I certainly was last year. I didn't think it was possible for 2 plates to feel so heavy after years of complaining that the absolute load of benching was hard on recovery. And I tried so many crazy variations to get more out or less weight. Well, it turns out that with cyborg hypertrophy, precision technique, as Dr. Mike likes to say, the basics sufficed. The normal bench press with a couple of tweaks, so resisting the puppet master, slowing down the negative, and easing into the stretch, then holding it. You can watch the full video to see all the cues. With a normal bodybuilding rep range, got the job done. That was my first time doing so, but after that workout, I would continue to train this way for months, narrowing out my grip a bit more, sometimes going LS style and mixing in the reverse grip. The result? 9 out of 10 times, I'd be hitting sets of 10 to 12 with 225. And guess what? I did not get weaker because not too long after, I retested my reverse grip bench, where I got the same 315 for 7. And this was after being in a calorie deficit. The cut had just begun, so I'll take it. More of the story? If you're a proficient bencher, you can self-limit your form, which reduces the risk of injury and shouldn't compromise strength, especially if you're still doing singles on the side. And if you're an early intermediate, there's no need to change anything. Just keep increasing reps until it becomes inefficient, or don't. That's your PR reference, and then modify technique as you see fit. This way, progression is perfectly scaled with this 2 plates, which keeps your ego in check. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Pod Laughs and Muscle Curls. We hope you enjoyed the laughs, learned something new, and feel inspired to crush your fitness goals. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more entertaining and informative content. Until next time, keep laughing, keep lifting, and stay tuned for more fun-filled episodes. Take care, and remember, laughter is the best medicine for your muscles.